Good morning, and welcome to our annual general meeting. My name is Sara Edmonson, and I am the acting CEO of Po Valley Energy. 2013 was undoubtedly a year of organizational change, as the company sought to refocus its leadership team, as well as reposition itself strategically. We made progress on multiple fronts. We thank our shareholders for their loyalty throughout this year of change, and we are confident that we will be able to deliver concrete results in 2014. Health and safety are key factors of success for the company. In fact, many people don't realize that health, safety, and environmental regulations in Italy are some of the most rigorous in the world. Our commitment to the pursuit of the highest health, safety, and environmental standards continued in 2013. In fact, in all facets of our business, whether it be production or the drilling of the exploration well Graditza 1 in August, continued without any lost time incidents. Total combined production in 2013 was 24 million standard cubic meters, just under 1 BCF. In regards to Solaro, which is behind me, our main focus in 2013 was the installation of a three-phase separator. A three-phase separator, and a separator in and of itself, is nothing more than a pressure vessel which is able to separate the liquid and gaseous components of the gas in order to meet pipeline specifications. In regards to Castello, the field produced an average of 17,000 standard cubic meters per day until May of 2013. Subsequently, following an increase in water production at the field, the production rates were reduced to an average of 2,600 standard cubic meters per day. In fact, you will have noticed in our consolidated accounts at 30 June, the carrying value of the field was reduced to a nominal amount. Whilst the production rates are not expected to improve, the field's plant will be used to treat the gas from the nearby field Bezzecca. I'm excited to talk to you about our next project, Bezzecca. Bezzecca will be developed via a 7-kilometer pipeline which will connect the wellhead behind me to the existing gas treatment plant at Castello. The pipeline is estimated to cost in the order of 3.1 million euros. In addition to the pipeline, we also envision the drilling of a second well, Bezzecca 2. Bezzecca 2 will not only serve to ramp up production, but also to provide production flexibility. The area behind me is where the gathering line, or the pipeline, which is merely a gathering line 2 inches in diameter, will be laid. You'll recall that Po Valley drilled Bezzecca 1 in March 2009 and tested gas from the upper Miocene and Pliocene reservoirs. Bezzecca 1 has a single selective completion. Initial flow from the deep Miocene level was 2.2 million cubic feet per day, while a relatively small perforated zone in the shallow Miocene tested at 500,000 cubic feet per day. Under both tests, the flow was stable and pressure recovery was rapid. The Pliocene level also produced better than expected gas flows. In Bezzecca, the Pliocene gas-bearing levels are in thin zones above the main Miocene target. The Pliocene level flowed at a stabilized rate of 1 million cubic feet per day, with good pressure recovery. The Bezzecca environmental clearance received in March of this year is a considerable milestone for the company, as it is often the most time-consuming and complex phase of the Italian regulatory process. It involves numerous stakeholders, including municipalities, local environmental entities, and regional authorities. I am pleased to announce that the project has been fully approved at regional level, and the company is now waiting for the final decree to be issued by the Ministry of Economic Development in order to finally start pipeline construction. In regards to Sant'Alberto, you will have seen in our most recent quarterly activities report that the Hydrocarbon Commission has approved the project and no issues of concern were raised. We fully expect a preliminary production concession in the near future. Lastly, I am pleased to tell you that we have added a new project to our development pipeline, which is Graditza. Graditza 1, the exploration well, and Po Valley Energy's very first true exploration well, was drilled in August of last year with joint venture partners Aliana Resources and Petrorep Italiana. After it was successfully drilled, rigless tests were conducted in December of 2013. And following favorable results, the company decided to apply for a production concession, which was submitted in February of this year. Importantly, however, experience has taught us that the application for a production concession is just the first step in a process that can take years.
Revenues in 2013 were 6.7 million euros compared to 8.2 million euros achieved in 2012. Now, production was more or less the same, around 24 million standard cubic meters, so the difference lies in the realized gas price. What I'd like to emphasize is that the realized gas price in 2012 of 33 cents coincided with a spike in oil prices around the globe. Now, inevitably, the operating profit and our EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, suffered because of the decline in revenues. In very good news, the company was able to secure a 5-year RBL facility, that's a reserve-based lending facility with Nedbank Capital, subjecting itself to a very rigorous due diligence process. The cost savings initiative announced to shareholders in August of 2013 was implemented and will continue to be implemented over the course of the next year. This is a reflection of both board and management's commitment to create a leaner culture. A significant amount of time and energy has been invested in specific projects which we believe are going to be the real value drivers for the company in the future. More specifically, some of the projects that we are particularly excited about are Selva and Teodorico. Now, Teodorico forms part of the AR94PY license, which is ultimately around 13 nautical miles off the coast of the Emilia-Romagna region. The Teodorico license is roughly around 200 square kilometers in size, and we're looking at about 30 meters of water depth. So ultimately, very, very shallow waters. And what's important is that the area in the Adriatic where Teodorico is placed has historically been one of the most prolific and important gas-producing areas in Italy. Po Valley was awarded the license of the offshore block in Q3 of 2012. The Irma and Kerala gas discoveries in the upper and lower Pleistocene sands were drilled and tested by Eni between 1986 and 2002. As part of a program that discovered a number of gas fields presently under development in the adjacent offshore area. Irma and Kerala were not developed due to a low gas price at that time and due to location access limitations to the north of discoveries that have since been changed. We plan to drill 2 development wells near Kerala and Irma, and only 12 kilometers southeast of Teodorico, there is the Eni gas treatment plant Naomi Pandora. Discussions with Eni have progressed significantly in regards to the tie-in logistics and technical specifications of the platform, allowing the company to finalize the preliminary development plan. Now, what's more exciting about this area is that not only are there the current gas discoveries of Kerala Irma, we're looking at 5 wells drilled, of which 3 that were produced, that were tested and did produce gas. But in addition to that, there is a highly prospective area in the surrounding existing license. We intend to buy further 3D seismic from Eni over the course of the next year in order to better evaluate those exploration opportunities. We continue to put a significant amount of focus on Selva, which is an exciting prospect which is located only 10 kilometers away from our existing Solaro field. Now, from an operating standpoint, this is going to be very easy for us to manage the operations and maintenance of both fields and would result in significant savings in that respect. Robertson CGG has certified 2C resources on Selva of 17 BCF. Now, if you can imagine, being an onshore field, it's actually comparable in terms of the economic value to our very exciting Teodorico prospect. Senior management team have a distinguished industry track record together with corporate finance experience. The core management team is fully supported by the board's experience, including both technical expertise and extensive capital markets exposure.
In closing, our objective is to create focused on creating shareholder value through minimum value-added spending. While the hurdles we face are many, we are proud of what we've been able to do over the last 10 years, and we're excited about the future.